everyone, and welcome back to today's video. So today we're trying out two new products again. I've been doing so much makeup shopping lately and testing out so many new products. We are putting two more to the test today. I picked up this new Charlotte Tilbury product. This is called the Flawless Filter. And this to me just looked so interesting. You're supposed to be able to use it a bunch of different ways. It's supposed to give you a glowy look to your skin, and you know I am all about the glow. So this just like drew me in right away. So it looks like a foundation, but it's not technically a foundation. Although I think that is one of the ways you can use it, is just on its own as a foundation. But you can use it, okay, as a foundation. You can use it as a primer. So before your foundation, you can mix it in with the foundation, and you can also use it as just a highlighter. So just dabbing it on after your foundation, just on your cheekbones. So you can use it all those different ways. It's $44, and then it does come in 7 different shade options as well. So it is kind of like a foundation where you kind of, match it to your skin tone. They have more light, they have darker shades. So just, pick one that's close to your skin. I picked out the number 4 medium shade, and this one actually is like a perfect match. Like it's just like pretty much just like a medium skin tone. It is very glowy on the skin. I will say I tried this once before. So just once I tested it out. I was gonna kind of try each way before I filmed this video to kind of give you my thoughts on the whole thing, but we're gonna do a lot of that together anyway. But I did try it one way, and what I did was used it all over my skin before my foundation. So I did my primer, and then I put this on kind of as like a second primer where I had it all over my skin, and then put my foundation over top of it. And for me, I wasn't that impressed. Like it wasn't like I was blown away. It just was like, meh. So I want to sit down with you guys today, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do half my face as I did previously. We'll kind of give it a second try. I'm going to put it on like all over my skin before my foundation on one side, and then what we'll do on the other side is I will actually take some of this and mix it in with my foundation and see what kind of like glowy look that'll give. But I will tell you guys, as just a highlighter alone, it is so beautiful on the skin. There was a couple days that I had done my foundation, done my makeup, and then just took this and just applied it as my highlighter, and it was so gorgeous. But for $44 and a bottle this big, if I was just gonna use it as a highlighter and that's it, I mean, to me, that's just, that is a lot of product for using this just as a highlighter. So yeah, so it's 1 ounce. You get 1 ounce just like a typical foundation. So yeah, if you were just to buy this to use as a highlighter, I don't know that that would really be worth it. Unless you just love it that much. So that's why I really wanted to just bring you guys in and put this to the test together today, just so we can see, is this really worth it? Is this gonna give us the glow and that soft focus blurring effect? She said the reason she made this was because she was inspired by like the social media filters and just the whole blurring of the skin and just perfection like that. So we are gonna really see and really put this to the test today. The second thing I picked up was the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher. Now this is a concealer for the under eyes. I've never really been interested in this concealer. I've never even given it 2 looks or 2 thoughts or anything. But my friend here in real life, my friend in real life, she absolutely loves this concealer for her under eyes. She said it's moisturizing, it's hydrating. She said it doesn't look like she has too much heavy product on her skin. She's very more like natural makeup type of look. And she said she loves this concealer. So I was curious about it after she told me, and I was like, okay, let me look it up. Let me pick this up. It's one of those that comes in like a little brush like this. Now you guys can see I did use it. I did test this out once before as well, and I did really like it. So I'm going to use this today with you guys so you can see exactly what it looks like going on. But I like it. I really liked it. It's moisturizing, it's hydrating. It didn't like cake up or crease under my eyes at all, and it just kept my under eyes like feeling nice all day. So I feel like this is a great concealer option if you have more mature skin, drier under eyes, because this really does have that like moisturizing, plumping like feel to it. And it's not like super full coverage or anything. It's just like a normal natural coverage. It's not going to give you intense like, more of that heavy full coverage eye concealer look. It's just very natural. So it's like a great concealer for just every day. And then this concealer was $35, and this comes in 10 different shades as well. So again, a great shade range. So those are the 2 products we're gonna kind of play with today and just see what happens. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and get started. I'm excited to kind of like see 2 different options on the side of my face here and just see which one we like better and see if I can really be wowed by this product. So let's zoom in and get started. So I am gonna start out with my normal primer, the Glow Skin Beauty Fill Perfecting Primer. I'm gonna use this first, even though I'm gonna take this and apply this to one whole side of my face. I just feel like a glowy kind of product like this tends to bring out pores more and settle into pores. So I definitely kind of want to fill my pores first before I apply something glowy, because I just feel like, I don't know, glowy stuff just always makes, you know, exaggerates pores. And I'm just going to apply this primer over my pores, over my lines, and it just fills and blurs like all of that. It's just my go-to primer. Okay, so here's what the bottle of the Flawless Filter looks like up close. So I'm gonna give it a good shake, and it actually comes out in like an applicator like this, which is a little bit funny. I guess you're just supposed to dot it on like this, but it's not a pump or anything like that. It's kind of like a big doe foot applicator. So I'm gonna just apply this to, like I said, to one side of the face, and this is gonna be like our base. So I'm just gonna use my hands and just blend that in so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. Again, I'm just taking it to this side of the face. I mean, there's really no coverage, but you could really technically wear it as a foundation. It just like maybe evens out the skin tone like a little bit or something. It's nothing crazy at all. It's definitely sheer. Okay, so here it is on the one side of my face. Can you see a difference from the two sides? Is it super glowy? I mean, when I'm looking in the mirror here up close, it does have like a nice dewy, like hydrated look to your skin. It definitely provides like a very, very little bit, like very minimal coverage. You could wear this just by itself if that's what you wanted to do. If you have like maybe dry skin or super dry skin and you just wanted to, even out your skin tone just the slightest and give you that like hydrated, glowy look, you definitely could just wear it alone. But that's what we're working with so far, just so you guys can see the difference between the two sides. Now, what I'm gonna do with the other side is I'm actually going to apply it to the back of my hand and mix it in with the foundation, just so we can see how that applies, and then just put the foundation over top of this side so we can see how that works as well. And the foundation that I'm gonna be using today is just my absolute hands down favorite foundation. You guys know this already, the Osmosis Performance Wear Satin Foundation. Honestly, this foundation needs no help looking perfect every single day I wear it. So I'm kind of curious to see what's gonna happen when I mix it with this other product. So taking the Flawless Filter again, I'm gonna dab some on to the back of my hand and just take maybe a little bit more. If you want to really see the glow, let's get a little bit more. Like, I just don't like the applicator of it. There should be a pump, to be honest. So we're gonna get a little bit of that. I'm gonna shake up my foundation, and then I'm gonna put the foundation right on top, a pump of that, and then let's just mix that together. And then that's gonna go on this side. Then taking the Beauty Blender, we're just gonna blend that into the skin fully together. And now this foundation, if you're not familiar, even though I've talked about it so many times, if you're not familiar with the Osmosis Satin Foundation, it's a natural finish. So like a satin finish, it's not matte, but it's definitely not dewy. It's super long wearing. It can honestly last like 16 hours on your skin and look perfect. So it's just a great natural foundation. It does typically have like medium to full coverage. So just giving you a little background on it so you can, kind of know what it's supposed to do. Oh, I forgot to mention that I definitely want to mention the Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. It is alcohol free, it is paraben free, it is talc free, it's fragrance free, so it's got none of those that I typically try to stay away from. So that is a good plus. Okay, so I am gonna go add foundation to this side of my skin as well, but just taking a pause here for a second, just so you can see the two sides again. Now this is the foundation with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter mixed in with it, which is definitely giving my skin more of that glowy look. When I just use the foundation alone, it's not glowy. Like I said, it's just very like natural and like a satin finish. So this is definitely giving it that extra little glow. And then what we're gonna do is let's take a pump of the foundation and just apply it directly over top of the Flawless Filter. I was gonna say the glowy stuff. All right, so looking at both sides of my face, they honestly look exactly the same. I feel like there's no difference between applying the Flawless Filter first and then foundation versus mixing it in with your foundation. I feel like it gives the exact same look, and it's very glowy. Like, it leaves like a tacky feeling to my skin, which normally this foundation just dries down perfectly on my skin, and I do not feel tacky or sticky at all. This is definitely giving me that like tacky, sticky feeling, which I'm not a big fan of. And I feel like this could very easily make me look oily in a matter of like an hour. I also am like looking up super close and definitely, I mean, I feel like I look oily now. Honestly, I'm glad I put down the pore primer first because it is definitely exaggerating pores. Like, I mean, oh my gosh, I honestly look so oily right now. Okay, so zooming in so you can see again what I'm talking about. Honestly, like, don't I look so greasy? And I just applied this. Look at my forehead. Like, I look so oily. I don't know if this is gonna be a winner for me at least. I mean, right now, I don't know. I don't like the way it feels and I don't really like the way it looks. And like I said, that foundation I wear all the time, and every time I wear it, I have the most perfect makeup days and I feel like my skin looks perfect. So the fact that I'm just like not loving the way everything looks right now is just, it's not normal. Okay, so we are gonna move on to the concealer quick and then I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup, but I wanna do the concealer with you guys first. So let's apply this because like I said, the first time I did try this, I only tried it once, but I did have good results with it. So let's test it out again today. It's one of those twist up little brushes, kind of like the YSLs, but I'm not a big fan of the YSLs because there's just no coverage. Like this actually has decent coverage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and blend it in with my Beauty blender first, and then you can see, I mean, look at that. Very blendable, very easy to blend under the eye. And you can see what it looks like there. I mean, honestly, it looks really nice. And it does give your under eyes that like more hydrated look, which for my under eyes is good. For the rest of my face, I don't know about that. But for my under eyes, I'm actually really liking this concealer. So what I'm gonna do though is I am gonna set the under eye just a little bit because my skin is more combination oily. My under eyes right now aren't particularly dry either. So I am just gonna set it and just keep it down a little bit with some powder. So I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Velvetizer powder. And I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of it with my beauty blender here. And then I'm just gonna take it kind of right on the inside. I'm not even gonna take it all the way around. I just wanna set right on the inside part because that's where I always have issues. And then while I have you guys here right now, I am gonna set the T-zone because there is no way that I could possibly go throughout my days without setting my T-zone with this. Like, no way. So just taking my osmosis powder, I'm just gonna go directly down the T-zone because I cannot stand how oily my T-zone looks right now. Like, even when I wanna be super glowy, I don't wanna be glowy and oily looking in my T-zone. And even just setting down the T-zone, I feel like that's just made a world of difference for how everything looks. For me personally, I mean, that's personal preference. You might want something that's glowy and dewy all over, but I just need that like more shine-free T-zone. All right, so here we are right now. You guys can see how it is still left glowy everywhere else, but my pores aren't like shining through on my T-zone. That was so bad. Setting it definitely takes away like that tacky feeling too. Like it definitely sets it and you don't feel like it's gonna like, I don't know, slide around. But then that's the tricky part too, because if you set the whole thing, you are gonna completely take away that whole glow, which is the whole point of this product. Then if you don't set it, you're gonna be left feeling like tacky or sticky too. So that's my problem kind of with these type of products. So we are going to, what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna go apply the brows and just the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna check back in with you guys, and then we will go throughout the day. I'll check back in with you guys at the end of the day as well, and we will just see. We will see what's going on. Okay, so I am back. It's only been like 20 minutes since you just previously saw me. I really didn't put much makeup on today, so it was super quick. I also did not put highlighter on at all. So what we're gonna use is the Charlotte Tilbury. We're gonna use the Flawless Filter as my highlighter today, but just to kind of give you guys like how I'm feeling right now, it's just the exact same feeling that I had the first time I tried this, where it's like, I just feel like I wanna wash my face. Like I feel like greasy and like, I don't know, like, you know that feeling that's kind of like that heavy, just gross feeling that some like foundations give you? That is like what I feel like right now. And the first time I did try this Flawless Filter, I had that exact same feeling where I really did just wash my face super early just because I couldn't stand that feel anymore. So it's just that kind of heavy, like greasy type of feel. Like that's what I feel like my skin feels like. And also I feel like now coming across camera just from here, it's not gonna, you're not gonna notice, but I just feel like my skin has pores. Like I see pores coming out where I normally don't see at all. And then after I applied like the rest of my makeup today, I also feel like you don't see a lot of that glow at the same time. So I'm left with that like heavy, like oily feeling, but I don't even feel like I look extra glowy or anything at all. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm just definitely not feeling the whole wow factor with this product at all. I'm definitely not getting like a flawless filter look. I mean, my pores never look like this. Also, I don't think this would be a good product to use with an already glowy foundation. The one I used was a more satin natural foundation. I would definitely not use this with like a glowy foundation. So let me just apply this to my cheekbones as a highlighter, because honestly, for me, I feel like that's the only way I like to wear this. And I just take it and apply it just to the cheekbones, and then with my finger just blend it in. And truly, this looks gorgeous because it looks super, super natural, but it really gives that really nice glow. So this way, I really like the way it looks on my skin. I did this the other day. I don't know if I mentioned, I used just my foundation, just as is normal, and then just used this as my highlighter, and it looked gorgeous. I mean, look at that. That is so, so pretty. And it's not shimmery and it's not sparkly, and it really does just look like your skin, which, I mean, that looks beautiful. So now you can see up close, you can see what that highlighter looks like just as a highlighter. You can see how natural and glowy that is. I love it as a highlighter, but I want you guys, and hopefully you can see up close what I'm talking about with like pores. Even though I use that pore filling primer, which works so, so well, even with that, like I feel like I have like, I don't know, like big pores and just nothing looks as good as it normally does. All right, guys, I'm going to go about my day. I'm telling you, I honestly want to wash my face already. Do you guys get that feeling with certain foundations and certain products on your skin? You just want to get them off? Like, that is no joke how I feel right now. Concealer, I like the concealer. I'm going to show you guys again that throughout the day as well, so you can see how the concealer holds up. But I mean, the concealer honestly looks really nice. It's natural. Again, it's not full coverage under my eyes, but for like a great everyday concealer, I think it actually has decent coverage. So I'm gonna go about my day and see what happens. I'll check back in with you guys later and we'll just see what is going on, what it feels like then. Do I feel like a complete grease ball or what? I mean, I already feel like a grease ball right now, so I'll give you my final thoughts then, so I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, I am wrapping up this video already. I made it a whole 3 hours wearing this. The whole Flawless Filter Charlotte Tilbury thing just does not work for me. It probably is coming across like probably maybe pretty on camera with like the glow, but in person, it just looks like a hot mess. It's like pores everywhere. Just, I look like I'm sweating or just like pouring out oil out of my skin. Like, it just looks so bad. And it's still giving me that feeling where I just want to like go to the bathroom and wash my face. And honestly, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go wash my face. But I'm still going to do the normal check-in like I always do and just give you guys my exact thoughts. Looking up in the mirror, I can see so clearly every single pore on my face. And like I told you guys, I really don't have big pores. My pores are normal. And with a lot of foundations, I can make myself look like I have no pores. So even though I used that primer, and even though I used my favorite foundation in the entire world that gives me the most flawless skin, I look oily, I look insanely greasy. Like, I really feel like I just either like got out of the shower, like I look like I'm wet, or I just look like I ran a marathon. All right, last zoom in here so you guys can see my crazy oily skin. Do you see what I'm talking about? My whole face, I mean my T-zone, everywhere. Like, my forehead is just so shiny. And I'm hoping that you guys can see the pores, the whole crazy big pores that are just shining through my skin. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't ever look like I have pores, and I just look like I have glowing pores right now. So I'm hoping that zooming in like that, you could really see, and you know, everything came across the way I see it true in person here. In person, this does not look good on me. Again, I have combination oily skin. So maybe this would work better if you were super dry skin and you really wanted that glowy look. But what I've kind of learned from using this product is I don't want, with my skin the way it is, I don't want to be glowy all over, like this intense glow. I would rather use a natural foundation and then glow up certain areas of my skin where I want them to be. Just not this like heavy, just pores shining through everywhere. Like, that is just not what I'm looking for. I do still like it as a highlighter, just as a highlighter, you know, dabbing it over your normal foundation. I think just as a highlighter, it's absolutely beautiful. But using it in with your foundation or using it, you know, as a primer under your foundation just doesn't work out. And I think if you have pore issues, like if you're prone to larger pores to begin with, this is just gonna be a complete pass. The concealer, I will say, concealer still looks good. I really am happy with this concealer. I kind of am thinking like Charlotte Tilbury face products, like her foundations I never like. This product I don't like. I don't really like a lot of Charlotte Tilbury face products. I love her eyeshadows. Her blushes are great. Her palette, like her eyeshadow palettes are really great. So I like a lot of her products, but the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, her face products just don't work for me. But the concealer I do like. I think it's like a really great everyday concealer. If you want something that's just very natural, but like hydrating and moisturizing, if you do have dry under eyes, this is gonna work out really good because it does, you know, really blend into your skin perfectly and flawlessly. It doesn't look like you have heavy makeup on under the eye, and it gives nice coverage. So it's not a complete heavy full coverage, you know, under eye concealer, but on an everyday basis where you just want to look, you know, put together and just even out everything under your eye, like this is a great concealer and I'm super impressed. It really doesn't cake or crease. Like I said, I've tried it all day long before and I've had no issue with it. So I do really like that concealer. So that's just my final 2 cents on these 2 products. I'm really gonna go wash my face right now. Thankfully it's the weekend when I'm filming this, so I have nothing going on. I can just go wash my face and just do my skincare and leave it at that for the day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found this review to be helpful. Don't forget to thumbs up this video as always if you did enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button right down there. Hit that bell so you get notified of every video that I post. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll see you all next time. Bye.